Okay. If everybody's ready, let's get started. So first of all, I want to welcome everybody and thank you for being here for a spectacular day with a spectacular announcement about one more milestone in a spectacular development for New York City. A byproduct of the tragedy of the pandemic was that we all discovered how much New Yorkers love their streets. And what we've been about since is reclaiming the streets of the city for the people. And today marks an important milestone in that effort. I am delighted today to announce that we have now completed 6 blocks of the 12-block Broadway vision. Right here where we are today and where we will be cutting a ribbon, we have 2 blocks of Broadway between 21st and 23rd, which is the largest, I repeat, the largest shared street in the city. We are also unveiling today shared streets in the Garment District and Times Square, including a fully pedestrian-only plaza, that is, no vehicle access in the Garment District. This is a huge development, and again, represents half of our effort to create Broadway vision. Now, this shared street, just look around. You don't need me to describe it. Take a look. This is an innovative design. It prioritizes space for pedestrians and cyclists, shortens pedestrian crossings, and opens up a plaza space. Traffic is permitted, but at 5 miles per hour. This is a genuine sharing of the streets responsibly and safely for all New Yorkers. I mean, this is a great thing. It allows more open space for small business, for outdoor dining, for public art, and for all manner of activities, all the things that New Yorkers love doing outdoors and now have a chance to do in places where they aren't situated next to a park. It's a complete reimagining of how New Yorkers interact with our streetscapes. And again, the next phase of Broadway vision, from Columbus Circle to Union Square, turning Broadway into a shining example of innovative design, is on schedule to be completed in 2022. The design work here provides a toolkit showing all the different elements and how they can be combined, mixed and matched. The idea, as with all of our open streets and all of our reclamation projects, being to do what's appropriate for the geography and the community, to meet the needs of the people of New York by providing the open air access and activities that they want, where they want them. So, very excited to be here today, delighted to have all of you with us, and it is my pleasure to introduce some of the fine people who have helped make this possible. First, it's my privilege to introduce Senator Hoylman. Senator?
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. I'm State Senator Brad Hoylman. Very proud to represent part of this. Actually, we're standing right now in Senator Liz Krueger's district, so don't tell her that I'm taking the mic from her. But I'm really proud to be here, Commissioner, and I want to give first a shout out to Councilmember Carlina Rivera, because there's no greater champion for open streets than Councilmember Rivera. And unlike Assemblymember Gottfried and I, who are up in Albany, she's on the ground doing the work and getting the feedback, shall we say, from constituents. And sometimes that can be tough. So thank you, Councilmember. And thank you, Commissioner, and your entire administration for putting cyclists and pedestrians ahead of automobiles. It's so important, as we know from the statistics, which are grim. which are grim and are undeniable, we have to do more. And your efforts today are part of that plan. I've got my prop, but I did cycle here for this event and will continue to be an avid city biker, and thanks to you, hopefully a safer one. So I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate the bids coming out and showing their support too. Really good job.
Thank you, Senator Hoylman. And I'm not sure whether the last time we were on a street like this, it was in your district or you were poaching again. It was in his district. But he and I met in the dead of winter shoveling asphalt as part of our pothole blitz. So apart from being a great representative in Albany, he also knows how to wield a shovel and shovel asphalt. It's now my privilege to introduce our Assemblymember Gottfried.
Well, thank you, Commissioner. I'm Assemblyman Dick Gottfried, and I'm proud to say that I represent all three of the pedestrian plazas that are being talked about today, here, 34th Street and Times Square. This is a continuation of a terrific development that the city is doing, of making our streets more accessible to pedestrians, cleaner, more breathable, safer, more car-free. That's the direction we need to go in. It's terrific being here today with so many people from DOT, from the business community, the business improvement districts. We've got the folks here who keep these plazas neat and clean, and we appreciate their work. This is a great day. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Assemblymember. And now it is my absolute pleasure to introduce Councilmember Carlina Rivera. As you've already heard from Senator Hoylman, you cannot talk about open streets in the city of New York without tipping your hat to the council member. She's been a champion of the project from beginning. Well, we're far from the end, so I'm assuming she will be a champion till the end as well. It's my privilege to introduce Councilmember Rivera.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I want to thank everyone for joining us. There's a lot of people that make this happen, this event, this open space. So I want to thank every single person involved, from the agencies and, of course, the organizations and the bid that you heard. And I'm so proud to be here because this is a really innovative street design planned for the Broadway corridor from Union Square in my district up to Columbus Circle. And I have a very good feeling that we're going to be able to take this vision even as far down to Astor Place. So I want to keep it going. And the past year and a half has changed the way that New Yorkers share their streets. I think that's become quite evident. Once seen as primarily for transit, we now hear from families across the 5 boroughs who have come to value their streets as additional open space to live, to play, to thrive, even to work. And programs such as this one, which leverage community input, all the good with the bad, all the concerns with the praises, creates new and innovative design and is an exciting promise for the future of open spaces across the 5 boroughs. So we have some features that we have incorporated. We have slow streets implemented here in Flatiron, as well as the Garment District in Times Square. That exemplifies what we can do when we think creatively on how we can reimagine our streets to work best for all who use them, from pedestrians to cyclists to our small businesses, and of course our artists here with this public art installation. So these and other traffic calming elements, as well as bike lanes, greenery, and additional public space, ensure that our open streets are going to work for everyone, as they always should. And that was the original vision when we introduced my bill in the City Council to make open streets a permanent New York City program. And that was to bring everyone in. This is definitely a space where, whether you've been here your whole life or whether you're visiting, you'll see neighbors and tourists alike. This is one of the most photographed places in New York City. And so now we're going to have these plazas open up, and people are going to come to visit and see what it's like to take back our streets and give them to the people. So New York City can be the most livable city in the nation. I truly believe in that. Bold vision like the Broadway Vision effort will certainly get us there. And we have a lot of people to thank. Look at this place, it's spotless. I want to thank the Cleanup Corps for really doing everything they can to make sure that we feel proud when we walk in our streets and create a sustainable program where we can feed our families. Thank you so much. Enjoy the day, everyone.
Thank you, council member, and thank you for the legislation that made open streets a permanent part of New York and of life in New York. And before turning to representatives of the various civic groups, I too want to say thanks to the Cleanup Corps. I've been doing a lot of open streets events all around the city, and people ask, well, what do you do in places that don't have well-established bids or commercial groups or civic associations that will take care of the open streets and help in the setup, help in breaking them down, help people do it when they don't have the resources themselves. And I've always in those answers referred to a group of people who I'm thrilled are with us today, or representatives are with us today, the Cleanup Corps. Why don't you guys take a bow? You deserve it. You are the great equalizer that allows open streets to be available for everybody, so thank you. Thank you. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Tom Harris, the president of the Times Square Alliance. Tom?
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Last week, over 1.6 million people walked through Times Square. And now, thanks to the furthering of the Broadway Vision, they have a great, safe place to enjoy the Times Square experience. I want to thank Commissioner Gutman for his commitment during a pandemic to achieve the open space program. I want to thank Emily Weidenhoff, who has worked tirelessly throughout the pandemic to make these a reality. And I want to thank James Meetham, who's given me the perspective on what a great public space can look like as I walk through the Flatiron District on my way here. And he's certainly given us something to aspire to in Times Square. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. It's now my pleasure to introduce Barbara Blair, who's the president of the Garment District Alliance. Barbara?
Thank you very much, Commissioner. I want to especially thank DOT. We've been working with DOT for many years to realize this project. This project in the Garment District has added 25,000 square feet of open space to the neighborhood, which is an additional 10,000 square feet of space for a neighborhood that has 149,000 employees and 2 million visitors a year pre-COVID. So we desperately needed a place for the public to sit down and take a load off and have lunch, and we now have it. And thank you, DOT.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. And thanks to all the civic groups that help so much in making all of this possible. It's your vision of what makes sense for your communities, what makes sense for your geographic areas, all of these unique, wonderful parts of the city that makes all of this possible. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce James Meetham, who's the Executive Director of the Flatiron 23rd Street Partnership. James?
All right, good afternoon and welcome to Flatiron. I'm James Meetham. I'm the Executive Director of the Flatiron 23rd Street Partnership. Since launching 15 years ago, the partnership has been committed to creating a safe and dynamic public spaces for everyone who comes here to live, work, and play in. Thankfully, that commitment is shared by our partners in City Hall and the city's Department of Transportation. DOT's Broadway Vision exemplifies the kind of innovative public realm planning that is essential for safe, vibrant, and supportive commerce and community and culture in our city. And so today we're proud and grateful to stand with Mayor de Blasio, Commissioner Gutman, State Senator Hoylman, Councilmember Rivera, and Assemblymember Gottfried to showcase one of Broadway Vision's first street redesigns, the Broadway Slow Block. This project was inspired by years of plaza management and shared street implementation and experimentation here in Flatiron, as well as the tremendous success of DOT's open streets. This slow block is now one of several streetscape improvement projects that were collaboratively undertaken to transform Broadway into a people-friendly corridor in Flatiron and Nomad. The result is safer, better experiences for people walking, watching, shopping, and cycling here in the heart of Manhattan. And that's good for business and for our ongoing recovery. Just ask Perry Malice, who is the small business owner of our terrific kiosk behind me, as well as our local wizard, Harry Potter, who joined us over the summer from Hogwarts to locate here on Broadway. In 2022, our business improvement district will be expanding from down to 20th Street up to 31st Street, and we look further reimagining and servicing the public realm on Broadway and the rest of our expanded footprint, particularly as we welcome back workers and visitors and their needs for a safe and enlivened Midtown. So again, I'd like to express our gratitude to our electeds, to our partners, and my fellow bids up and down Broadway. And with that, it's my honor to introduce the 109th Mayor of New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Yep. Thanks. Believe it or not, there's traffic. The mayor is right here. Right on cue. Here you go, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Hank, thank you. I'm confused though, Hank. You promised when you became commissioner there would be no more traffic problems anywhere. I thought it would be, you were supposed to solve it by now.
I'm sorry.
What's that about? Everyone, I'm really happy to be with all of you. Thank you, because we're doing something special today. We're changing how life is lived in this city. And we're changing what people are going to experience. And it's going to be a better experience. I want to tell you, a lot of people put their heart and soul into this. And I want to praise and thank the folks who saw that we could do things a different way. But I also want to just be personal for a moment. The Flatiron building, when I was growing up, my grandfather came here from southern Italy, Giovanni, used to always say it was his favorite building in New York City. And every time I look at the Flatiron building, I think of my grandfather, came here from a small town in southern Italy, came to a city in a different country, speaks a different language, a different reality, fell in love with New York City, and was able to live what we now call the American dream, and bring up his family. His 3 daughters went to college, and I'm blessed now, the second generation born in this country, to be the mayor of this great city. So standing here reminds me of the greatness of this city. And it's good for us to look up. It's good for us to slow down. It's good for us to experience the beauty of everything around us. And that's what this approach will give us. A shared street means we focus on each other. We focus on life, not just making everything about the vehicles around us, but more about the people around us. I want to thank everyone, because I know there has been a real devoted effort to get to this day. Our colleagues from the different business improvement districts and partnerships, James, thank you. You're our host from that world. Thank you so much. To James Medham, to Tom Harris, who I've known forever from Times Square Alliance, thank you. To Barbara Blair from the Garment District Alliance, thank you. I know you believe in these approaches, and we can do something different and better. I want to thank our colleagues in elective office who have fought for a change in our streetscapes, a change in the way we live. And we learned in this pandemic things that we didn't know before, and we wish we had never heard of the coronavirus, but we did learn together some ways to do things different and better. I want to thank for the support all along the way and for the creativity. Thank Senator Brad Hoylman, thank Assemblymember Dick Gottfried, and thank someone who really led the way in the council on open streets and all these new approaches, Councilmember Carlina Rivera. Thank you so much. And even though he has not fixed all the traffic problems, I do want to thank Hank Gutman, who's been incredibly devoted to innovating and finding new ways forward at the Department of Transportation, and it's a labor of love for him. Thank you, Hank, for everything you do. So here is an iconic part of our city. Here is one of the great buildings of our city. Here is a place that is booming in every sense. One of now the creative capitals of our city, the Flatiron neighborhood. And now we're going to experience it in a new way with the shared street. This will be the largest in the city, and it is helping to move our recovery because it's going to help people to come out and be part of things again and live the fullness of life in this city. Broadway is supposed to be for people, not just for cars. And now, more than ever, Broadway will be for the people again. This site here and the 4 additional shared streets along Broadway in the Garment District and Times Square are going to bring more life and energy to the city. They're going to fuel our recovery. And it's part of a bigger Broadway vision from DOT that is going to be crucial going forward. So everyone listen, this is what it comes down to. Fewer cars, and I want to be really clear, we need fewer cars. We need a city with fewer cars, more mass transit, more bicycles, more walking, period. That is our future. This is going to make it better for everyone. Right here in the heart of the busiest and greatest city in this nation, we're showing that the streets can be about the people once again. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And now I believe we have a ribbon to cut. For real.
Okay, we're gonna do it on 3. Hold on. Let's get ready here. We gotta position.